Anyway, I lost it. So we're going to try to sing this song, and I'll put some words in here. Okay. These are the clothes that Terry and Kathleen got married in. This was Kathleen's. This is her granddaughter. And this is Charles. And this is her daughter's friend. Okay? Okay, look at the difference in them now, and then look at the difference back there. That's what happens in 50 years. But we're just real proud and got a lot to be thankful for. Tell you. Okay, we're going to try to sing this song, and I mess up, and I will, but anyway, y'all can help me. It says, you have been mine all life through. You have kissed me when I was blue. Your love light has always shined in your heart just like it's mine. You will give as well as take. You have kept the promises you have made. Tell me, darling, are you mine and only mine? Okay, Terry, look at her. Are you mine? Mine alone? Oh, my own? No one else would ever do. I'll be yours and I'll be true. Tell me, darling, are you mine and only mine? Okay. Are you mine? Rich or poor? Tell me, darling, are you sure? Will the love light always shine? Your love light has always shined in my heart just like in mine. Will you give as you have give as well as took? Keep the vows that you will make. Tell me, darling, are you mine and only mine? Are you mine? Mine alone? All my own? No one else would ever do. I'll be yours and I'll be true. Don't worry, dear, have no fear, 'cause you're mine. My love for you will forever be throughout all eternity.
My mom has this, she brought this with her. It's the first.
Okay, this is me. Dearest Terry, I am writing to you, but I don't feel like it. My feet are swollen up to the bust. They are awful sore now. I sure do hope that you get to come Sunday. The weather forecast was rain, but it won't just because we want it to. Jimmy said that he liked you and would like to race in swimming sometime. And I don't even remember who Jimmy is. If you don't get to come Sunday, I want you to write me 3 letters next week. Michael is up here now and asked him who was the boy that I was with Sunday. He said Terry and you. Now he says it. Okay. I told Mother and Daddy that I couldn't think of nothing to write. Daddy said, let me write you one and recopy it. So I said, okay. He don't know that I am sending it to you. Hon, I haven't got much time because I have got to take a bath and eat supper, and don't take that Daddy knows how serious we are. I don't think Daddy knows how serious we are. I don't think that I am going to give you that surprise, but I hope so. But if I do, it will take about a month, but it will tell you when you tell me. My eyebrows are awful looking after I lost my eyebrow tweezers. I had a problem looking my eyebrows, and I still do, but they are growing out. They're kind of getting roots. They weary me to death. I can't get the one that I want out. I just found my tweezers and I got them, and I ain't so let them grow out. And they pretty well grown out. And real pretty for you, because I love you and want to do what you want me to do. Well, bye, and I hope to see you soon. I hope that you get to come to see me Sunday. I have asked him about whether that job would be regular or not. I hope to let you know when we do. Bye-bye, darling. Love you. All right. And then this is the letter that Daddy wrote. Hello, Terry, my dearest darling. I will take the pleasure to write you a few lines to let you whether.
That's where I'm stumped.
Huh?
Will not believe me, okay?
I know, but what's this right here?
I don't read that.
Which,
Whether of some of me?
I don't know. This me in hope to find you the same. Darling, sure wish you were here to my for sure feel blue. Maybe you'll,
Your daddy wrote that?
yes, maybe you could cheer me up. For when you are gone, you are on my mind all the time. But I don't guess you ever think of me. Love your father-in-law. I had a moment when I found this, and then I lost it. And I'm like, what have I done with that letter? And I finally found it. So anyway, that was something, you know, that's precious to me because, you know, Daddy's already gone. And I'm like, I don't remember that. Okay, and then this right here, it says, this is Terry. Don't I pretty just like me? Kathleen, you know who's boss. Look at that big old eye. Big old fat eye. Okay, and this right here is dear to me too, because this is a conversation between him and his daddy. Hello, Kathleen, fine this morning, I hope. For me, I am still in bed. It's 7:30. I have got to get up and do something. It rained all night last night, and I got about 2 hours of sleep all night on account of my legs. I guess me and him both had leg trouble and still do now. Let's see. Kathleen, I want you to see Miss Blue. That there's the old girl that took my boyfriend, well, the boyfriend raped for me. Well, he didn't take him away, but thank God. You know, that he thought he was going to get her, but didn't. Or I guess he did. I don't know. Get this pictures, for I want them, though you will all time, I guess, awake last night. And I just found out that I really love you. Okay? Daddy came by and said, you was just there last night. What is wrong with you? I told him that it was my business. He said you must be in love with her. I told him I was and I am, and I think I will go and drink my eggs. He drank raw eggs. Last night, when I got back to Dogtown, Ralston and Clinton was there waiting for me, and I stopped, and the first thing Clifton said is, how did you come out? I told him I walked out. He tried to get it out of me, but I would not tell him. He said, you must not have seen him. I said, that's all right, I was coming again. Well, I had better clothes for now. You right me. Love you, see you soon. Love to your mother.
So what would Daddy? knows and she remembers more about me and reminds me of stuff. I have no memory. But I do want to touch on some highlights and some lowlights that I do remember. I will start with telling everyone who didn't know, my daddy loved red and yellow. So I remember growing up on Jet Road in the yellow house, in red and yellow house, and Daddy had to have his dune buggies red and yellow. And while I'm talking about some scary times, and while I'm talking about that, talking about some scary times, heck, that's where some of my memories was scared out of me. But it's okay, Daddy. I had a blast. Guess you always got to put a little fear in your child to make them a little tougher. Well, not for sure where the red and yellow van came in, but into the family. But yes, we had a red and yellow van. Don't remember too much about it other than it got us to and fro and to Alabama to see our family. But, well, you would think that having a red and yellow most of your life, you would want your car to be another color. But nope, Daddy found me a yellow 77 Camaro. I do recall being unsure about it, but being yellow, I love that car. And I love the color, and I would still have it today if it wouldn't have been for my ex-husband. And he destroyed it. Now that I'm on to mention about the exes, most of you know I wasn't good about picking husbands. But Mom and Daddy, you came to my rescue so many times. Having twins on a single income wasn't easy. I want to thank you for giving up all your time and love to take care of my babies. Also, before they were born, living at the hospital for 6 months and taking care of me. I just want to tell you both that I wish I never would have said those words, I hate you. But I do know now that I have parents who love me and took care of me and was a parent. It's like now when the child says they hate you, it means the parent's doing something right. Because they really don't hate the parent. They just hate that the parent's not telling them. Where's my at? That they're doing something right. They didn't need to be doing to begin with. So, with all that being said, I can go on and on and on. I just want y'all to know that I love you. And anybody can have children. But it takes true love and dedication to be a parent. And I want to thank you for being mine.
Sorry. I just jotted down just some short notes. And what I kind of titled it is things that my parents have taught me. My mother, she's taught me to live life, seize the day. She's always telling me to this day, get out there, do it while you can, live your life. And sometimes I'm doing something, I'm like, I'm doing it, Mom, I'm having fun, I'm enjoying my life. So definitely she's taught me that. She's taught me to cook, so life skills, she was my brownie leader. Got two of my other Scout leaders here, it was great to see all them. She's also taught me right from wrong, real fast. She'll be very fast to tell me what I did right, what I did wrong, and she has no problem, so I do know right from wrong, definitely. She's also taught me to pray, get on your knees and pray. When things that are just breaking your heart, you get down and pray. And also to forgive. Sometimes it's hard to forgive people, but my mom's always taught me to forgive and to love. Things my daddy's taught me. He's taught me about hard work and ethics. I go to work, I get on time, I don't call out. I learned all that from my dad. And, to be a good employee. to be dependable. He taught me to honor my word, to be truthful and honest. If I say I'm going to do something, I do everything in my power to do what I said I'm going to do. And I learned that from him. To live a simple life and to stick to the Bible. One thing my dad would say is in the Bible, look it up, it says it right here in the Bible. So sometimes I may question things and I may not be doing things right, but I do know what he's told me and where it's in the Bible, and I can find it. So on to the things that they've taught me together. These are things together that they've taught me. How to improvise. You take any situation and may not have all the parts or pieces to make it work, but you find something and you do make it work. Everything will be okay through layoffs, through things that in day-to-day life, you find that it's going to be okay. Things that tell me to give, to help others, to lift people up. My dad's always gave to the church. My mom's always gave to other people, and I think I get a lot of that from both of them. I enjoy helping others. They taught me the belief in God. Marriage can and will work if you don't give up. Like my sister, I haven't had the best luck, but in the past, but I do know what the example is to live by. And through their 50 years, I guess one verse stood out to me this morning as I was finishing my notes. It is Philippians 4:13. And to make it 50 years, you really got to believe in that you can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And with that, I'm very honored to be here with my parents to celebrate their 50th anniversary. I'm going to turn the mic over to my dad.
Well, start with, I want to say that it wouldn't have happened if God had been in it. Without God, it wouldn't have happened. After Kathleen and I married, we wouldn't marry long. We found us a church. And we've been in church might say the whole 50 years. But that's what I give credit to our success of being here today for the 50 years. But I'll try not to make this too long, but I kind of want to tell a little bit kind of how we met and a few things. I lived out on Lookout Mountain, and she lived down below Gadsden. Well, her daddy had 3 brothers out on the mountain. And so I was over at her first cousin's house, and so they had went down to see Kathleen's mother and daddy, below Gadsden. So we decided that we was hungry. We was gonna fix us something to eat. So we run a chicken down. we killed that chicken. We had an old heater, it burnt out heater out there in the yard. So his name was Ross. And so we go cook that chicken. And I told her, I said, well, I seen my mom make gravy many times, but I'll make the gravy. So anyway, we was out there cooking. The chicken's touched good and eat it. I made the gravy, you slap it like a cake. But anyway, while we was out there, they come back, and Kathleen's mother and her, I don't know where Jean was with them or not, come back out on the mountain, and Kathleen walked out on the back porch. The old house that had one of the porches, and nearly went all around the house. But anyway, she walked out on that porch. I wasn't interested in girls. She walked out there, and I'm telling you, that was the prettiest thing I've ever seen in my life. I ain't never in my life seen nothing so pretty. She didn't talk to me. She talked to Ralston. It was chill bump went up my back. And, so when she went back in, I said, Ralston, who in the world was that? Said, that's Uncle Houston's daughter, Kathleen. I said, gosh, she sure is pretty. So I didn't see her for pretty good while after that, I didn't see her, and don't forget about her really. So one day their school was out before ours was. So Kathleen had come up there, and so she come to school with Ralston, and I seen her again. Same thing happened again. That's the first thing I ever seen. I'm telling you, that girl was just. She'd had a halo, she'd been an angel. You know? So, anyway, she got to look, I got to thinking more about it, you know. So, then I can't keep up with time. But later on after that, her other cousin was having I believe it was his 16th birthday party. His name was Larry. So my daddy and I took Larry to Lake Wise fishing, and before they could get ready for his birthday party. And so I wasn't even thinking about it, you know, it's going to be a surprise party. So we walked, we got back, and so me and Larry went up to take him home. We opened the door, and everybody come rushing out hollering happy birthday. And guess who was in there? The prettiest thing in the world. Running out. Just melted my heart again. So I don't know how I got a heart. It's been melted so much. But anyway, I sat with her while we eat. I had a bench out on the porch, and I sat with her and just thrilled to death. So after that, they played the games. And so my mother, you take a tie a string around your wrist and then one around this one. And then you tie one on whoever you play the game with around there to bring it to it. And you're supposed to be able to get out of that without untying it. There is a way. But I really wasn't looking for a way. You know, I was tied to something so sturdy, I ain't never seen nothing like that before. And my heart was doing a little huckabuck, you know. So I just wanted it to stay that way. So finally they had to untie, so I wasn't, well, you know, I didn't figure that little deal out. So anyway, that was on Saturday night, and then on Sunday night, show you how God was in it. But at church, you know, back then, boy, we didn't worry too much about the church. We hang around outside. And Kathleen, she was in the church, and she was up on the left run, about 3 rows back. But there was room, not that much room beside of her. And you know, we boys would dare each other. I said, I sure would love to sit with her. And they dared me to, and I said, well, I want to dare her, I'm going to go. All she do is tell me to leave. So here I go in there, and I sat down beside of her. You know what she was doing? She had a piece of paper, she flipped it over. So I reached over and got that paper. You know what she was doing? Writing a note to send out there to tell me to come sit with her. So that, you know, that sounded like that was going pretty good there, you know. So then I took her, after church, I took her down to her uncle's house. And my old car, the gas hand wasn't even registered, so I forgot about the gas. I took the long way home, all the way around. But it didn't run out, thank God. But anyway, that's where it started us. That's where it started our dating at. But anyway, after we dated and everything, I never asked her to marry me now. I never did, so, yeah, and I didn't ask her daddy, could I marry her? So let me tell you the deal on that. When her daddy had an old 48 Studebaker, and he had a flat tire on it. And he was out there trying to change that tire. And his name was Houston. So I went out there and I said, Houston, you ain't got no love rings? No, I don't, Terry. I had two in my car. One of them was four-wheel upright, one of them had a bent, one prong bent on it. So I got that bent lug race, and I walked out there, and while I was walking out there letting use, I'm thinking, well, I'm just going to see if I can trade this lug race for $1. So I told Houston, I said, and you don't have no lug race, no. And I let him use. I said, I thought they just trade you that lug race for your daughter. He said, okay. He thought I'd joke. So then after that, I give her rings, and he thought they were based all that played a prank on. Kathleen let him know, you know, that it was no prank. And so he said, well, you know, so that's why Terry traded me out of lug race. And he was there. He traded me out of lug race, Kathleen. So I think I got a pretty good deal for y'all. We went on, and my granddaddy married us, and you know, I'd do it all over again. And but I won't tell her, talk to her, and I want to be here. And I want to tell you, you tip your vows, that they're all worse. And I know I've been a lot worse. And a lot of times I haven't been the husband that I should have been. I've been worse. Rich or poor, we've been down to where we didn't have money to buy groceries. And you always said, everything went okay. You always had positive. You were always positive. Where I'm negative, she was positive. And it did. You know, good Lord, He's with us, and we managed. You know, and one Christmas there, we didn't have nothing to buy each other Christmas with. I mean, we were flat broke. We had that. You know, but she stuck with it. You know, and so better or worse, rich or poor, you stayed with me, and I appreciate that. Hard, and I want to dedicate a song to you now.